This is the floor twist. It's a great way of opening the intervertebral disc. It's a great way of opening the facet joint. It's also a great way of untethering a nerve root where it's become adherent. It's important for getting more separation or decompression of the intervertebral discs, primarily because the disc wall is a diagonal mesh. So if you twist the spine before you do the back block, you get better separation, putting it simply. But it's also a great way of opening the facet joints. So let's do it now. So what we're doing is lying on the floor. You take the arms at shoulder level, palm down on the floor. Good. And then bringing one knee up at a time, draw one knee up. Always lift the legs individually, don't lift them together. That's a great strain on the back. And now taking the knees over towards the right elbow and dump them on the floor there. Now don't let the legs float down. Now they can often float down and the lower leg comes lower than the upper leg. Now straighten that top leg for me and hold behind the calf. If you can't get the leg straight, hold behind the calf, and Cam can't. If you can get the leg straight, then you hold the toe. Just hold the toe there, Cam. Now I prefer you hold behind the calf and have the knee straight, then hold the toe. And I prefer you to hold from underneath the leg there so that the leg can go down to the floor, and that increases the degree of twist on the low back, and that's opening the facet joint all the way down the left side of the lumbar spine. It's also giving you great counter pressure on your right rib cage on the floor, so it's a great way of pulling the right ribs off the spine. Now the important thing is to keep the hand behind you flat. If you turn the hand palm up, which you'll do now, Cam, the tension comes off and you don't feel nearly such a stretch through the arm, and you want that stretch. So turning the hand palm down again, and there you go. Now you can increase the tension on the nerve roots here by holding the toes and letting the knee bend more, and then bouncing the leg into extension. Now that should be very floppy, 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 floppy. And you get floppier as you do it, and that is coaxing the nerve roots out of the spine past the facet joint where they're often adherent to the facet capsule. Now you really feel that pulling right through your left haunch, down through the hamstrings, down through the back of the knee, and it means business. Good, and that's enough. And then put the foot back where it was, hands down, hands on the floor, palm down, let go of the leg there. And now bending both knees, swing the legs back through the midline over to the other side. Now that's using the oblique muscles. It's very hard work. You can cheat a bit by pushing on the floor with the hand, but ideally you don't cheat. And now you straighten that top leg and you hold behind the calf if you can't get the leg straight, and that's lovely. This leg straightens better. And then to do the sciatic nerve stretch again, to pull those nerve investments out of the spine, you just do a very gentle bounce, trying to be as floppy as you can, feeling the tension of the left rib cage, upper back on the floor as the ribs pull off the spine. And there you go. Now again, you don't do that for very long, and that is increasing the stretch. As the knee straightens, that increases the stretch on the nerve roots. And as you get better, you find that the knee straightens, and then as the leg goes completely straight, you bring the toes back towards you and dorsiflex the foot, and that increases the stretch of all the sciatic nerve roots down through the leg to the heel. And there you go. Now, if he has a problem of the right facet joints, which are being opened here, he'll do right, left, right, because you always do 2 to 1 on the problem side. And there we go.